years ago, every educational facility in every country had to be temporarily closed. Kindergartens, schools, universities, all of them. And to not interrupt educational process, we had to turn to online education. And even so, lockdown had long passed, and we don't longer need an online education as before. I would still like to talk about its implications and its effect on life of students, and whether or not it can replace the traditional ways of education. That's outline. And I would like to introduce you to the concept of pedagogical triangle. It explains relations students typically have within an educational field. It's student-student, student-student. It usually consists of group work, the case studies, the debates, and it not only contributes to the academic performance but also to the socialization. The student-teacher, it can be guidance, it can be homework, it can be feedback. Also very important, student content, it's typically books, educational videos, homework, everything that can be used in class. And all of them can be altered by the online education as it was in lockdown. Online education can have its positive sides as well as negatives. And first of all, let's start from the good sides. It's flexibility. Students in online class can choose the time slot. Unlike in traditional classrooms, when you had concrete time and place, student can alter it, adjust to its life, to its can adjust it, and therefore it can be more beneficial for students with employment or other responsibilities in life. Also, no commitment, it saves a lot of students and teachers time, energy, money, because students and teachers don't have to be packed in buses, in metros, don't have to get a taxi, to get in the car, to pay for the fuel, to pay for the parking, to get a fee. They just have to open a computer and start studying. So, efficiency. As I said before, it saves a lot of money, time, and energy. And also, usually online courses can enroll many students at once, and they don't need to have as many buildings. So it's also beneficial from that way. And last but not least, accessibility. Since everything you need to enroll in class is a computer and working internet, so it can be very beneficial for students with how to say, with health issues. However, even so, online courses can have many advantages. Negative sides also exist, as they are pretty important. As I said, online education have an impact on every student's relations in educational field, and not always a good way, because lack of communication and interaction can lead to isolation. It can lower students' focus as it's harder to get engaged if you don't see your instructor face to face, if you don't communicate with your peers. It can negatively affect your focus and therefore your academic performance. Also, students, if they got enrolled in the first year, they don't get to see their peers, they don't socialize, and it can negatively affect their mental health and ability to form good bonds within the community. Also, as I said before, online education was it's that you need only a computer and a good internet to get an access to it. But on contrary, it can be a drawback as not everyone has these things. For example, in rural areas, in developing countries, or just in poor families, sometimes you just don't have a good technology that is needed. And also, sometimes even if you have one, there can be problems in software, in availability of some documents. So the technology reliance is also a big issue within the online education. And health related concerns. A big number of students report soreness in eyes, headaches, and back and neck aches as symptoms of long use of computer, which is typical for online education. And there are some studies I would like to show us found in International Cambridge School in Istanbul. The main advantage of online studying is reported as financial affordable 96% and flexible schedule 60%. However, the main disadvantages are reported to be lack of social interactions, as I mentioned, and health issues. Also important, hard to concentrate. Another study shows that majority of students, more than half of them, find that they are more focused during offline learning, and the same result can be seen in the as a response to question. Offline learning will make students more active, and only 18% agree to the offline learning doesn't make students bored. So, as we can see, even so, online education can be pretty beneficial, especially in harsh situations as lockdown. It still has its own drawbacks and cannot fully take a place of traditional education. Thank you very much. And there are references.